Hey YouTube, it is me. So sorry if I'm talking like this. I had checked my tooth today at work, at lunchtime. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a big hole. Yeah, and it has really sharp edges. So every time I touch it with my tongue, it cuts it. So anyways, you guys, I am coming up with a new update. So, unfortunately, as you guys by now read the title, unfortunately, I did have a miscarriage. It was really shocking to me. This is a story time, so it's going to be quite a long video. It was kind of shocking to me. Like, every miscarriage is unexpected, but I was really sad, and then I felt really bad for my husband. I'll explain the reason why. I was very strong. I was crying a little bit, but I was able to draw it back because I am a total strong believer of everything happens for a reason. So, let's go back. So, I had my doctor's appointment. Let me just trail back to my doctor's appointments previously. So, my very first doctor's appointment was on November 12th. So on November 12th, we were at the doctor's office. We had a ton of blood work, like 11 tubes of blood work, had a pregnancy test, and then went for a sonogram. So the sonogram confirmed a gestational sac, but it was measuring small. Early pregnancy, you really cannot tell how small. It depends. All it does is that it measures the yolk. It make sure there's a yolk sac, and a fetal pulp. So on November 12th, we only had a sac and a yolk sac, but it was early. According to my period, it was all messed up for some reason because my period was on September 17th. But then the pregnancy didn't really measure that. Oh yeah, I broke a nail. The pregnancy didn't really measure September 17th. So thank God I take pictures of everything. So I kind of look back at my pictures, and my period was actually, I have a canker sore, but my period was actually September 22nd or 23rd, something like that. So they had to change that according to my period. So according to my period, that time I was about 5 weeks and 6 days or something, or 6 weeks and something days. So I was like, okay, come back in a month. They did all the blood work. Blood work was fine. My beta HCG was 23,000. If you guys don't remember, everything was great. Went back on then in the end of November, I believe, or beginning of December, I started having like a UTI/vaginal infection. Symptoms very bad, so I ended up in the emergency room. In the emergency room, they gave me a UTI medicine and a vaginal discharge medicine. For me, that they claimed that it was safe for pregnancy. So we were like, okay, cool. They did a scan. They did a scan and everything was good. They saw the baby. They saw the heartbeat. They saw the fetal pulp. They saw the sac, and they saw the yolk sac. So everything was great. It's just that the baby was measuring small. So, and they did a beta HCG. So, which was 11,000, 111,200. Yeah, something like that. Like 1,100. Now how do you say it? I don't know. But I was like, okay, that's good. So they saw everything, baby's fine. So then they asked me, oh, when is your next time you're going to see your doctor? So I said December 10th, which was the last appointment that I had. So they gave me like 2 antibiotics. And let me tell you, the antibiotics was no joke. The symptoms of this UTI, I couldn't pee for like a whole day. And my sides were swollen. I was like so in pain and agony. It's not even funny. So, I don't know why we didn't do this, but normally when I'm ever on medicine or antibiotics, I'm a person that cannot stand taking medicine, but yet I work in the medical field. But I just don't like side effects of medicine, but sometimes you need to do what you need to do. And it was very bad, painful when I go to the bathroom. And then I just wanted to make sure that the baby will be safe. So they gave me 2 antibiotics, and I took it for, I believe, 7 days. And then my last day of taking the medicine was on December 10th. So the morning dose I took, so I had to take it twice a day, every 12 hours, both medicines. So it's like, okay, cool. As long as it's healthy for me, and, as long as I have to take it, and the doctor said it was safe for pregnant people. So, went to my OBGYN doctor on December 10th. So I had an appointment, signed in. Oh, give me some urine. They did a urine. They tested urine when you're OB. They had to test your urine every time to make sure there's no infection. They tested it. Everything looked clear, they said. So I was like, okay, so the medicine worked. Then, okay, it's time for a sonogram. So they still had to do it transvaginally and transabdominal. The reason why I have to do transabdominal and vaginal is because I have fibroids. And doing transvaginal for me, for some reason, is very hard to see. But when you do transabdominal, you'll be able to see. So I did a transabdominal and transvaginal. So the transvaginal, just to make sure that the area is okay, and then the transabdominal is where you can see the baby and the heartbeat and stuff. So the doctor did the transvaginal first, and then we did the transabdominal. So transabdominal shows the baby's there, yolk sac is there, fetal pulp is there, and the sac was there. But the fetal pulp was very low. So when I went to the hospital, the emergency room, when they did the sonogram, my baby's heartbeat was 140 something. When I went, that was 7 days prior to the doctor's appointment. When I went to the doctor's appointment, my baby's heart rate was less than 100. So the doctor was like, why is it your baby's heartbeat is so slow? I'm like, I'm not sure. So I told her I was in the hospital, like I went to the emergency room for UTI symptoms, and they gave me this medicine. And she's like, oh, okay, no problem. We given that medication before. So then we were like, okay. So she said, go across the street for official sonogram, just to make a clearer picture and make sure that the heartbeat was the right heartbeat. So we were like, okay, fine. Not the right heartbeat, but like confirmed. Because in the doctor's office, they use that old-fashioned box sonogram machine. This one was like the high-tech screen sonogram machine. So she was like, okay, they did that. And again, the baby's heart rate was like at 100, 102 or 3, something like that, which is pretty low for a baby. So the doctor was like, if anything happens at this point, it's the baby won't be doing good. If the baby does well, then it's so good. If it doesn't and something happens, it's okay. So my next appointment was January 21st. So, let's go to, what day was this? I have it on my timeline. So let's go to December 21st. So December 21st, I was at work. I was fine. I was so excited because we're gonna tell our other kids that mommy was expecting a baby. And we had cute gifts, and we had a T-shirt that said "Big Brother, Big Sister," and stuff like that. So I went to Macy's to buy my mom Christmas gift. I was fine. Nothing at all. Nothing out of the ordinary. No cramping. No nothing. Then, went home, wrapped the gifts, got ready for Christmas. So excited. Ate dinner. I did baby dance with my husband that night. So it was it the day before? I don't know, I think it was the Friday, never mind. So I did baby's dance on Friday, but that doesn't not the point. So then I went home, wrapped the gifts, make sure that everything looks cute, put it, make my mom's gift look nice, put it under the tree, and then wait, and then hide my kid's gift and put it somewhere else. So then I put it on Christmas Eve, did all that. But I did it in a moderation, so I was like, okay, fine. It's great. Went to bed. But previously, like I said, I had a lot of discharge during that pregnancy, which was kind of weird for me because normally I'm not like that. I felt really weird and not to be nasty or TMI, but I felt wet all the time. So I always had to wear panty liners.